So before we dive into this problem completely, I want you to see a couple things that are different and make this problem more realistic and more challenging. This 100 kip force is acting at an angle. So it's actually going to be made up of something coming down and something horizontal. So we'll have to figure out those pieces. And then the second piece, like wind wouldn't actually blow at a single point. This might be like a sign that had a 4-foot metal piece that's attracting wind, and that starts 5 foot up. And this is called 5 kips per foot. So that means for every foot of sign, we have 5 kips being applied. Or you could think about this as 5 kips per foot. The sign is 4 feet. The feet cancel out, 4 times 5. This really is 20 kips of force. And because it's a rectangular distribution, it's going to act halfway. In other words, if we had a sign here and we were blowing on it, then you can see that like that force could act right in the middle, as long as the wind was blowing equally at the top and the bottom, which is probably how we'd assume it. So that's what's happening here. So I'm actually going to take the liberty to rewrite this and say, hey, I have force coming down, and this 20 kips applies 5 plus halfway up 4 is 2, so this is going to apply 7 feet above the beam. And then we've got point B over here, and this is point A. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to resolve this 100 into its components, horizontal and vertical. So you can see that this 100 is part of a 3, 4, 5 triangle. And so that means the cosine portion is 3 over 5. And the sine portion, or the vertical portion, is 4 over 5. So we're going to say 100 times 4 over 5 is equal to the vertical part, and 100 times 3 over 5, this is really the cosine part, this is the sine part, will be the horizontal part. So 100 divided by 5 is 20, so this is going to be 80, and this is going to be 60. So we're going to replace this diagonal force as what it was. Now we can say it's 80 going down and 60 going horizontally to the right. We still have 50 here, and now we'll work on some distances. These distances are 4 feet, 8 feet, and 6 feet as shown on the drawing. So now I'm going to erase some of this stuff up here that we had. You've already got it in your notes so that I've got some more space to write. So as usual, the sum of the forces in the x is easy. Might as well do it, get it out of the way. We've only got 2 forces. RAX. I will assume this to the right. And then 60 is also to the right, meaning our assumed direction of RAX is wrong. RAX is negative 60, or 60 to the left. And I can tell I've got 2 vertical reactions, so I'm not going to be able to deal with that one. Might as well sum my moments first. I'll sum my moments at A because I usually just think left to right. So we have this 80 is causing positive rotation. This 50 is causing positive rotation. this reaction at B is causing negative reaction. There's a moment we said of 20 times 7 coming from the force on the sign. And then this 60 doesn't cause moment because it has 0 distance away from the support. So I'll write all these down. 80 times 4 clockwise plus 50 times 8 plus 4 is 12, also clockwise. And then we've got that 20 is the force, 7 is the distance. That's also clockwise. The only thing that's counterclockwise is this reaction at B times 4 and 8 is 12 and 6 is 18. And that's going to go back negative or counterclockwise. Adding 18 RB to both sides, we get 1060 kip feet equals RBY times 18 feet. So you can see the feet are going to cancel when we divide by 18. And our reaction B in the Y is 58.88 repeating. And I'll store this as alpha A. Now the only thing that's left is to sum the forces in the Y to come up with the reaction at A. So we'll do that up here. Sum of the forces in the Y equals 0. Well, I've got 80 coming down, I've got 50 coming down, and I've got this 58.88 repeating going up. All this equals 0 plus my reaction at A. I would probably keep the reaction at A on the right and then add 80, add 50, and subtract this 58.88, and we will have 71.11 repeating. There are both reactions. Both of them were assumed up, and they were positive, so they're both going up.